Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Let's speak English together. In last video, I talk a lot, so too much time I spend. That's why I cut a little bit, and it left many things I didn't say in last video. So I would like to make up for that. Okay. Yeah, first thing, the sentence I didn't finish is the reason I respect that person who earn a lot of money. It's not for his money, right? It's for his ability, his character, and his personality, right? I think it's very good. This is one thing. Second thing is I still want to talk about, yeah, the word challenge. When I say that, yeah, I'm going, it's a challenge for me in Chinese context. No, not context, even same context in Chinese culture environment. It's a Yeah, it's a challenge for me. Means that, wow, it's interesting. It's a little bit difficult, but I want to do it. Right? That's the context when Chinese people speak about the challenge. However, in Western, if some person said it's challenge for me, means they admitted that, yeah, I'm done here, and I cannot do it, right? So that's, you can see there's a two kind of different meaning actually, even though some implication behind this word. Hold on. This challenge. Okay. The third thing I want to say is a cultural thing, right? Because we know that in Canada, Cana- Canadian government is really good, right? They advocate for multicultural, so every people they can embrace their own culture from the country they came from, although they are immigrants, even though they are immigrant, or they have like a visa, working visa, or like a family visiting visa, no matter what kind of visa, they can find their own community, right? And that they can enjoy their own culture, their own culture, even though there are something I think is observed that, but you know what? Some people don't think so. Even in the radio, some broadcast, they even think, oh, that's a sign that Canadian embrace different culture, But in my opinion, it's not right thing to do. That's one people, one Muslim women who want to take picture. The picture is for Canadian passport. They still want to wear like veil to take a picture for passport, Canadian passport. That's I really they think that they are for their culture, because their culture don't allow them to take the veil, right? But what if you mask, you still put a mask, put a veil on your face? How can people recognize you, right? Identify you, right? Because for the ID, like a driving ID, driving license, and the passport, this is a way to identify you, right? If everyone like this woman, they covered themselves only two eyes, to show two eyes, no people can identify you. Let's lose the function of passport or any ID, right? ID means we want to identify you are the person in this ID, not other people take advantage of your ID, right? So you will lose the meaning. Your point is to take photos, right? So that's one thing. I mean, culture thing, right? This is just one example. I will say something about my own example, right? Chinese culture. When I first came here, I came to learn English, right? When I wrote an article about that, I said that I feel that the Chinese culture actually can be a burden for me. And when people they feel that they can't believe that. It's, I don't know, it's in my writing or in my like random speaking. I although English practice with one of the teachers who is Western, and she didn't say anything, but I can read from his facial but right facial expression. I can read that they just they think you are weird. This is your own culture. Why you don't recognize your own culture? Why you don't embrace your own culture? But it's true that Chinese culture there are many good things. Of course, I recognize that. For example, the calligraphy. I'm learning it. I'm writing it. I like that very much, right? And some Chinese festivals. I like that, right? So many festivals. It's interesting. It's my memory. It's my childhood memory actually, right? I will never just like right now. Even right now, I talk about my childhood memory about those like festivals. My eyes sour, my nose sour, right? It's it's a memory. It's precious memory, of course. And yeah, some beautiful things in Chinese culture, right? Writings and the painting, and paint and some art like the poem, right? And yeah, those are very good. Even the architectures thing, buildings, right? Really, I really feel proud of all those things, right? Beautiful things, remarkable things. However, there are something like in Chinese culture, I don't like that, right? Even though like Confucius things, Confucius thing is good, but you know what? There are two sides of this thing. Confucius, they have several books. He wrote several books. And some books is for regulate the normal people, right? Some people is only like for like teaching governors, right? So it's different. You can see the different attitude in like in these two kind of books, right? If you really study it, you will find that, right? So they are also this is how Chinese government from ancient till now how they govern Chinese people, right? They didn't show really, to be honest, they didn't show like any improvement. Okay, please show some improvement, even though in country government thing, right? Governor thing. But of course, there are some improvement. Sometimes my words choice is really strong, right? It's it's a randomly speaking, so sometimes it's the mood make me speak something like a very not like in a very relativity way, however, in a very rapid way, right? So it's not good attitude. Okay, don't take it too serious. It just yeah, something like that. And some other things, for example, the network thing. Network could be good, could be very bad, especially when it comes to like come to law abiding, right? It could be very bad. It's but actually, I mean, Chinese law implement office. Actually, generally speaking, is good. They are something, right? You cannot deny that. But generally speaking, it's okay. It's good. I am one of them. So yeah, and we consider a lot for even for criminals, right? It's like it's not like a very like very like against the normal people. It's not like that, but the thing is that we need to improve. This is a rare, very rare character, very rare feature in Chinese government. I think, yeah, this is, here is the thing, yeah, just they are, of course, there are something I don't like in Chinese culture, right? For example, I said in Confucius, and there are lots of like tragic what literature, not only literature, although some thought, some ideas in Chinese. Like the ancient classic books. However, they are not in system, how can I use the word systematic? Oh my goodness, I'm poor vocabulary. I read it, I can recognize that, but it's hard for me to use it. I need to like use it so often, and then I can use the next time very naturally. All right. So yeah, that's our problem, right? So I think only systematic thing is Confucius, because it really ruled the whole country from full Chinese culture from ancient, like from BC, right? BC what ahead of century, 0th century to till now, it really rule the full thing. So, and then you know what the exam, the national exam in ancient China, really focus on Confucius philosophies and Confucius studies. So we could say it's a systematic, right? But it's actually, I think, a little bit outdated, right? You cannot always use it. You need to make some improvement. The technology change a lot. The technology change changes the society. Of course, the government need to change also, right? The ability, the way they govern people. I think you need to change. You cannot govern people like in ancient empire or something like 1,000 years ago. So that's a thing. I think that yeah, there are some culture thing I don't like, right? And I like some culture thing in Western, right? That's why I immigrated to Canada. If I don't like Western culture, of course I would not immigrate to Canada. It's a sure thing, right? And then of course there are something in Chinese culture I don't like that, right? If I totally like Chinese culture, I didn't think anything wrong in China, I will not immigrate. So that's the thing. So yeah, I know multicultural is good, but don't take that you have to embrace your own culture no matter good or bad, right? So I still think that I, of course, will embrace my own culture with those good things I like, that, right? For example, the calligraphy, I like it so much. That's a good thing, right? Okay, so no, my what I want to express is yeah, that be extreme. I read a lot of extreme things, especially on Chinese website, right? You like if you say that oh there are something good thing in Western, and people will criticize you. No, nothing good. Something like that. They are and someone they if they don't really like Western culture, they say that oh they and everything in American land is good.